So hi everyone. In this video I want to talk about work-life balance in ESL, and I hope that people can join the discussion a little bit. My videos have been getting a few more comments and a few more views, so I hope that people can share their own experiences. ESL is a unique life experience, I think, and teaching ESL in China is a really unique experience. So there's a lot of people around the world who have done it, particularly in China, but also in other countries, and it's a unique experience. I think it's really amazing, some of the stories that I've been told via other people's videos or whatever. So I just want to tell about my story a little bit, and also just talk about what someone's options are if they're feeling trapped in China, if they're feeling overworked. Because I just realized talking to a friend on WeChat recently that for a lot of teachers, like take a hypothetical teacher in Beijing, they haven't been able to escape the city for a long time. They haven't been able to get out of China for a long time. So I just want to talk about that kind of person who might be experiencing these kind of feelings, and like, if anybody wants to reach out and send me an email, and if they do actually want help, I've got people I can refer them to, and I've got time for anyone who wants to talk to me about something like that. So first of all, I want to share about my experiences. So I'm making myself very vulnerable, not super vulnerable, but a little bit vulnerable when I do this. So I know that I do have haters that are watching these videos, so I'll have to be careful. But look, that's a part of it. You know, you share your story, you share who you are a little bit. So this is going back to 2016, maybe 2015, maybe 2016. But there was a lot of overtime at that time with Wall Street English, and I had been working like 7 days a week for a couple of months, for a long time. And I also had some work of my own that I was doing in addition to Wall Street English. So even if I had a day off, I was able to find employment, find some work on that day off. So I'd been working a lot, and I'd been burning the candle at both ends. I'd been going to the bar and having a couple of beers, and yeah, you know, I was still, well, I'm young now, but I was even younger then, and I just hadn't learnt my lesson yet. And a couple of things happened. So one thing that really frightened me, that really shook me into gear, happened actually the year before. That happened in 2015. I was on the light rail coming back from Binhai, and I drunk with some students. I drank a lot of beer with some students, and we had a great time. We'd gone to lots of different places, and I'd got like little or no sleep at this hotel. Like I just like wasn't able to get to sleep for some reason. Taught all day, did an English corner, did a party, I think, perhaps. Really hot day, summertime. Got on the light rail, and I was standing on the light rail, and I remember I just started passing out. I felt really unwell. I started passing out, and I guess my blood sugar dropped, and yeah, it was really scary. I didn't pass out. I got off the light rail. I found a taxi. I went off actually and got a couple of beers, drank a couple of beers, came home, heart was beating really fast, went to sleep. The next day I felt better, but that really made me think, you know, like, stop the drinking and teaching. So that was like a big warning. The second thing that happened was, after, this was going back to 2016, maybe, yeah, 2016, early 2016. I started to get these really bad pains in my neck, and they just wouldn't go away. And I felt really anxious, like I was going to just pass out. And in the back of my mind, a little bit of me thought, you know what, this could be mental. It could be something that's psychosomatic. But I just thought it was a neck injury. I thought I was anxious because of a neck injury. I had crashed my electric bike on a night of drinking. I'd crashed it. There was a vibration in the wheel, and I turned around to keep checking on it, and I'd run into the curb, and I got a few stitches. Just so the camera might be able to pick that up a little bit, but yeah. Anyway, I got these stitches or whatever, and anyway, so I sort of thought I might have injured my neck in that. Like, that's what I thought, and then I was anxious about it. But anyway, I went to the hospital and went to a couple of different hospitals. They tested everything, and the doctor said to my wife, "Well, we think it's mental," and she told me not to work for a couple of days, no coffee, no alcohol, and I began to feel better. I began to feel a lot better. So that was interesting. That was the first time that I realized that working too much could create a physical response. And I started having cold showers after that, and I haven't had that problem. I haven't had that problem since. Now, that's my background, so I know that mental health is real, and I have during the COVID-19 times, like a lot of people, I've started doing some Wim Hof breathing, taking some cold showers, doing some exercise, going for long walks. When I felt like I couldn't leave the house, I was just like walking around the community where I live. But let's get on now to talking about someone else. So I've made myself vulnerable. Let's talk about the different kinds of people that could be affected by this. So let's imagine a guy who's single. He's living on the 20th floor of some big tall building in Beijing, outside the 3rd Ring Road or the 4th Ring Road. He's teaching a lot online. He's not able to go out to visit bars and those sorts of things. He's getting tests done, COVID-19 tests done frequently. He's on the subway wearing a mask. This kind of guy, this kind of situation. What can he do? What are his options? So he does have options. If this is you and you're watching, you do have options. You do have options. You can just get on a train, get into Vietnam, get a plane to your home country, get a plane where they are accepting people, just get out. That's one option. That's one option, is to just run away. The other option you have is to leave a bit more carefully. So is to leave in a planned way. So you say to your employer, look, I want to leave. I don't want to do this job anymore. Find another job in China. Whatever. If you've come to China in 2019, and this is specifically the sort of person we're talking about, that I'm talking about. If you're someone who's come to China in 2019, COVID's come, COVID's hit, and you haven't been able to get out, and you're anxious and you're stressed, this is for you. You do have options. You can leave. If you feel like you can't, if you don't want to let your family down, if you don't want to let your friends down, if you don't want to look like a weakling because you can't handle it. I've told you my story before. Like, it is real. People can say that I thought I was a strong guy. I still think I'm a really strong person. I think I'm stronger having experienced that. Having experienced the fact that something going on mentally can affect you physically, can impact you physically. And it is real. There's no doubt in my mind that it's real. Mental health is a serious thing. So if you're worried about letting everyone down and you don't want to do that, don't let the pressure build and become so great that you feel like the only way to get out of it is getting a lift to the top of the building. And yeah. So what I want to say is, and I'm talking to this guy, you've got your breathing exercises, you've got your cold showers, you've got your exercise, you've got all that kind of stuff. But you've also got a lot of options. And if this is the only job you've had in China, if this is the only job you've ever had in China, it's not difficult to get another job. It's not difficult to move cities. China's such a big country. Like, if you're staying in China, if you want to stay in China, China is such a big country. You know, that's the best thing about it. I mean, if China was only like Tianjin and Beijing, it'd be pretty cool. No doubt about it. It would be a great country. It would be unreal. I would love it so much, but it's so big. I've got a friend he's in Chongqing now, and he said, bike basket, there's no flat land in Chongqing. You know, you're either walking downhill or you're walking uphill. He said there's a huge river. It's so amazing. There's so many places in China, so many incredible places. So it's not difficult to get a job in a different city. The employer that you're with at the moment won't be happy. They're not going to reward you for leaving them, but it's not difficult to do. It's not impossible to do. So yeah, like within China you have like escape. You can escape. And if you do like just want to escape the whole country, escape the whole situation, you can do that too. So never feel like you're so trapped that you've got no options. But something that like has always given me strength is something that actually, you know, my stepfather said to me in reference to boats. He said, you know, the first thing that will go, like if you're in a boat in some bad weather, the first thing that you're going to lose is your mind. The second thing that you're going to lose is your physical strength. And the boat will probably be the last thing, you know, that will go. So the mind game, winning the mind game, is really the big one. And like I said, I thought I was the strongest guy in the world, and I still think I'm a strong person. But it is real, and knowing when to quit, knowing when enough is enough, knowing when you need a break, that is a skill as well. That is a skill as well. So wherever you are, reach out. And if anyone's got a story where they worked too much or they just pushed it to that point where they felt like they were getting into that mental health kind of area, let me know, because yeah, I've definitely experienced it. All right, thank you very much. Bye.